when you get to Facebook, you're on your profile, you're gonna see to the far left panel, there's three things. There's Ad Center, Ads Manager, and Business Manager. We're gonna go through all of them. So I'm gonna start with Ad Center. All right, you click on Ad Center, and basically it's gonna give you a summary of the recent ads that you ran, the amount, your total ad spend. You'll see your post engagements, whether you got post likes or link clicks, and it will tell you that information as well. You scroll down, it's the same, it breaks it down, each ad, how much money was spent, and what was the reach and the engagement like for that ad, right? So that's basically what your ad center does. From your ad center, you notice you can create an ad. So you hit create ad, it gives you 7 different ways that you can customize your ad so you can use it to get more bookings. So if their client is a salon or any company that does bookings or takes bookings, you would go for this one. It would be recommended. If you want to get more traffic to your website, this is the one that you use. If you have like an offer, a funnel, anything like that, any link that will take your potential customers to something that's going to give them more information about your product or service, this is the one that you'll use. If you want to boost a post, you can do that as well from here. You can boost an Instagram post if you have Instagram connected to your, so you have your business Instagram page and your Facebook page, and you have to connect them. And once you connect them, you can run the same ads that you have on Facebook on Instagram with just one tick of a button, and we'll cover that as well. You can get more messages, you can promote your page, or you can get more leads, right? And leads are basically, we spoke about that, as people who may or may not be interested in your products, but more than likely they are, because they did some form of action that proves that they might be interested in your product or service. All right, so you choose a goal. So this goal here is to get more website visitors, and then it'll show you the description, headline, the label. We went through that in the past. This is how we got to where we were in the previous video, right? So you have your description, which is gonna be the copy. Whatever the client says they want their copy to be, that's the copy that's gonna be. Remember, you always review, edit, check for grammatical errors, typographical errors, anything like that. All right. It's not going to be an apply more. Remember, it's going to be a learn more. But you have apply now, book now. Remember, if we're doing bookings, book now is going to be there. Contact us. If the goal of your ad is for people to contact you, if you want donations, it's donate now. If you want them to download maybe a PDF or some kind of document, obviously you're going to click download. If they want them to learn more, whatever action it is that you want them to take, they will have an idea of what exactly it is that they're going to take. Are they going to be signing up for something? Are they going to be downloading something? Are they going to be shopping for something? Do they need to see a menu? Do they need to sign up for something? Do they need to watch more of a video somewhere? So that's totally dependent on you. All of this is here to tell you what your budget are, what's your budget, your potential people you can reach, how many link clicks, and they give you an estimate. The estimates are hit and miss because that's what it is, it's an estimate. So pay attention to any of this. You're really going off real results. All right, so let's go back. Let's just skip this here. Let's go back. All right, so we did that. That's the ad center. Let's go to ads manager. Now the best place to construct ads is in ad manager. Why? Because you can go ridiculously super targeted. So for instance, here we are now in ad manager, and you'll see the past campaigns that were here, how long they ran for, what was the result, and so on. You click create here. Now the reason Ad Manager is so great is because it's complex. It's very complex. It breaks everything down. You can have ad sets, meaning you can have one ad broken down into different ad sets. So for instance, if I want to sell toothpaste, but I have different variable, that's the word I'm looking for, different various types. So there may be mint, peroxide, whitener, whatever it is. And I want to advertise all these under a different ad set, right? So what you do is you can choose your objective. Do you want brand awareness? Do you want reach? Do you want to, are you after traffic? Are you after engagement? Do you have an app that you want people to install? Do you have a video that you just want people to watch? So if you're managing pages for an artist, then you'll be going after video views and engagement. If you are working for a real estate company and they want leads for people who may be interested in purchasing homes, then you would launch a lead generation campaign, which basically is going to target potential homeowners. And from there, once they enter their information, their sales teams are the ones now that take that information and call those people and take it from there. So that's what lead generation basically does. It's basically just getting the information from the potential customers so that when sales follows up, they'll be able to get that. Do you want them to get messages, conversions, catalog sales, store traffic? Do you want more traffic to your stores? Do they have a catalog that they want to sell? Are you, want to go by when people actually purchase? So if you are running an online store, you can, and someone views an ad, from the ad they go directly to the store and purchase something. That's a direct conversion. All right, so you're going to choose your campaign objective. Right now, it's gonna be somewhere between, I'll choose traffic. And then you notice there's a little information thing here. Send people to a destination like a website, app, Facebook event, or messenger conversation. Everything has like information there. So once you hover over it, the information box opens up and it'll explain all of that again for you. So everything I just said, it's here again. So if you can rewatch your videos, or once you're in, play around with it. Remember I said create a Facebook page and start playing around with your options. All right, and practice this. So we're going after traffic, and you get a chance to name your campaign. Now you should always name your campaign as specific as possible, to even as far as the date if you want, so that you don't mix it up with any other campaigns or ad sets or anything like that. So we're gonna name this campaign test. Do we want to add an ad set? Now remember, ad sets are variables and they're like a branch off. So you want to run one ad, but you basically run an ad for Jamaica, but you want to run another ad, the same ad, for another country, and you want to be able to gauge them separately. So instead of running an ad to cover the whole Caribbean, I would run one ad for Jamaica and then create ad sets and run the same ad, and just be showing it to different people. All right, and that's how you can gauge the success and interest based on the performance of the ad. So you come through here, and here you go, ad set, and you can create new ads. So website, everything, new ad, all of that. So you always have your ad name. Always name your ads Always name your ad sets. All right, that's very important. You don't want to confuse them. Right now, you can tell that the Instagram account is connected to this Facebook account, right? So when you're running the ad, it's gonna go to both Facebook and it's gonna run on Instagram, and it's the same money that you're paying covers both platforms. So creating the ad, do you want to use an existing post, or do you want to, I've never done a Creative Hub mockup. Not sure what that looks like. I'll click on that. No mockups available. All right, so in this instance, you're either going to add an image, you're going to create an ad, or you're going to use an existing post. We're not going to use an existing post, we're going to create an ad from scratch. Right, and this is where you decide, do you want it to be an image, a video, a carousel, which is, as it says here, 2 or more images brought together to make a video, or do you want to have like a collection of images and videos, right? So we're gonna do single image. And basically from here, you go to ad set, and if it's going to go to a website, are you trying to direct them to an app? Are you trying to direct them to Messenger? Are you trying to direct them to WhatsApp? In this case, we're directing them to a website, so we take website, right? And over here, it gives you your audience definition. So as again with the audience, a lot of social listening comes into play because you have to know a lot about your audience. You should already have an audience persona. What are their interests? What do they like to do? Where do they hang out? What are their problems? What are their main concerns? What are their pain points? You should have their age group, everything like that. Because if you know all of this about them, you can make sure that you're getting your clients getting a bang for their buck. Because the more targeted you are with your audience, the more likely the results, the better the results of your ad. So here the audience definition tells you whether you're being too specific, or it's too broad, or it's just right, right? And it'll tell you that. So it says your audience selection is fairly broad. You don't want that. You want it to be just right, or maybe even sometimes specific, but not too specific because that'll lower your reach. So you want to be able to choose your age group wisely, the main thing. Choose your interests wisely, and when you're customizing, you need to be able to know where they hang out. So if you have a restaurant and you sell fried chicken or basically everything that KFC sells, then you want to target people who like KFC page. You want to target people who like pages like that, because chances are if they like that page, they like this, then they might like what you have to offer. So that's basically how targeting works. You have to know your target market's interests, where they hang out on social media, so you can constantly be in front of them, and that gives you brand awareness. So even if they don't buy today, they know about your brand, and they may come back to you when they need something or whatever it is that you're selling. So it's all about knowing your target audience, right? So you go back here, and you can also do A/B testing. So like I said before, if you have an ad and there are certain things, maybe you're not sure about the copy and what you're saying, you can create one ad to say something else and do a split test and use a different copy and see whichever ad performs the best. And whichever ad is performing the best, Facebook will show that ad to your target audience, and then you can go in and close off the other ad. So A/B testing is good for that. If you want to, if you have different messages and you're not quite sure which one is going to hit them, you can A/B test it, and then Facebook will show the best performing ad, and basically you can stop the other one. All right, so we're not going to be A/B testing, but it's easy to figure out. So we edit the ad. Now, everything that you're doing here, if you notice this red arrow comes up, this red caution thing comes up, that simply means that something is missing and you need to find where that is so you can do it. It won't let you continue without that. So see, I entered that and it's disappeared. My call to action, your call to action is the action that you want your target audience to take when they see your ad. Do you want them to book an appointment? Do you want them to apply for something? Do you want them to contact you? Do you want them to download? Whatever it is, that's your call to action. So our call to action here is learn more, right? And we can add tracking. So tracking is basically pixels. Pixels are very, very, very important purely because when people click on your ad and go to that link, they may not buy right away, but what are they doing when they get there? How long do they stay there for? Where else do they go off? Do they click on your about us? Do they click on this? Do they click on that? And you can take that information and then when you're doing your next ad, customize it. So if people click on your ad and everybody goes to your website, but instead of staying on the page where you want them to go to purchase, they click on your about us. That simply means they want to know more about your company first before they purchase. So basically now when you're running your ad, you now know that people want to know more about you, and therefore you're going to make sure that you can put that information there so it keeps them where they need to be. They don't need to no longer go to the about page because they already saw some type of information about your brand. That's enough for them to continue with the trust factor. All right, so we can set up your pixels by tracking your website events, app events, or offline events. For this, 99% of the time you're tracking website events. Unless you have a mobile app, then you track app events. But we don't have anything like that, so we're just going to go with website events. Now, okay. All right. So you get a code. This is what pixels do. You get a code, and once you get your pixel code, you give that to your website developer or whoever that handles your website. They will install this code on your website, right? Once this is installed on your website, you'll be able to track the actions that people take when they get to your website. All right? And it's pretty automatic. If you have access to the website, Facebook automatically syncs up with your website, and it's a cakewalk. It really is step by step, and you track how you want to basically follow up on people's actions. All right. Oh. So now we're basically going to, our ad is in draft, and there's a next here. There's our ad set. Remember, name your ad set. What's your budget? Now you always want to know what your client's budget is. Everything is always quoted in US dollars, and you have to pay special attention to where it says daily budget. That means how much money do you want to spend per day, right? And do they want to spend $20 per day, $30 per day, $40 per day, whatever the case is? Once you have that go ahead from the client, you would punch that in right here, and then you'll see automatically your reach drop. So we move it from $20 to $3, and the estimated daily results drop from a lot to 820 to 2.4K. So this is basically Facebook telling you that based on how much money you're spending, the target audience you selected, this is how many people we expect to be able to reach. Now this is estimated. It can be less, it can be more, based on how targeted you are with your ad, how much your target audience likes it. They may share it. That saves you a lot of money. So the more organic reach you can get on your ad, the less money you spend and the more reach you'll get, which is what you want to aim for. Now you start date and your end date. So you want it to start today at so and so time and end whenever at so and so time, and you select your audience. So this is where it gets interesting for me. So here we have locations. Now this one's selected at the United States, 18 to 65, which is the general set that they have. So if you know people who purchase your products are between a certain age group, you set that age group. If you are working for a college, for instance, and they want new students, you're going to be looking for people who are, school age, so 17, 18, that type of age group, 19. Those are the people you're going to be targeting. And are you going to be targeting just males or female or both? So if you have an online clothing store, and you only sell female clothes, you want to target females, you want to target women. And based on the style of the clothes that you're selling and the prices, you'll know what age group to target. And if you have a store already, you should already be collecting some form of data on your current customers so that you can create a lookalike audience on social media to follow the same pattern, which would in most cases more than likely mean that these people would purchase, right? When you go to demographics, interests, behaviors, that's where you want to be. That's where all the magic happens. That's where you save money, and that's where you get specific. So what's the demographic of your target audience? Like I was saying, if you have a restaurant and you basically sell the same things that KFC sells, you're going to target people who like KFC's page. You're going to target people who like different restaurants that sell the same things you sell. Target those people because chances are they're going to like your page as well, and they're going to want to try what you have to offer as well. And basically that's what targeting does. It increases your chances of getting in front of people who are more likely to purchase what you're selling. All right. And then once you're done, you save your audience. Always save your audience. Give it a name. Give them a name so you don't lose track of them. And then hit save. And you can save different audiences for different types of ads. Maybe you're running if you have a clothes store and you're running a Valentine's Day special, create an audience for the men and say, hey, get your lady something lovely this Valentine's Day. Maybe she would like this. Maybe it's lingerie. Maybe it's something. You don't normally market to men, but on this special occasion, maybe you want to try that tactic. And therefore, that's why it's important to always name your audience, because you'll know when you're doing your ads who exactly you're going to be targeted based off that, right? So once you're done, you look at your placements. Now, it's always easy to just do automatic placements. Facebook will decide whether they're going to put it in the news feed. Let me click here. If you go manual placement, then you have to go through and basically select where do you want it to show. Is it going to be showing on Facebook? Is it going to be in the audience network? Do you want it to be on Instagram? Do you want it to show on Messenger? And we ticked all of them. So once you tick the automatic placements, Facebook automatically runs your ads in Messenger, Newsfeed, Instagram, and there's also a little suggested ads, a little corner box area that they do that as well. All right. We want to go off link clicks. So how many people actually clicked? That can be considered a conversion, because once they click and your pixel is monitoring their actions after they click, that's how you start to read into your audience analytics and insights, so you can re-optimize your ad. Take the information that you've learned from the ad that was currently out and re-optimize it to make an even better ad. All right, and from there you click next. It will show you this, remember? And you see, so it shows you the different feeds that it'll be in. So it's going to be in Facebook Marketplace, Facebook video feeds, the right column, the Instagram Explore area, everything. Now, they also have it that you can do it in Instagram stories as well and Facebook stories. All right. Once that's all done, you hit publish. Once you hit publish, it'll be put in the draft. Now I need to unpublish this real quick. But yeah, so it's no longer going to be in draft. It's going to be reviewed. In review. Now you see it's in review. And once Facebook reviews their ad and it basically complies with their rules and policies and terms of use and everything, they will go ahead and you'll get an email or a notification to say your ad was approved and will start running. And that's it. That's basically all you need to go, or all you need to do from there.